Such a nice computer guy. All righty, Bethany. So tell me a little bit about what you do because I've butchered the explanation. I know for a fact I've already butchered it.
Yeah.
Maybe more than once this last week. And I just go, here's her Instagram. So
No, that's great.
yeah. So just go for it because you will do a much better
Okay.
job than I ever will.
So, I started off doing integrative body work. So just blending modalities, especially modalities such as acupressure, a specialized version of that that's called local distal. And then I very quickly got into deep lymphatic work, never been called to it in my life until I saw Dr. Perry Nicholson, who started Stop Chasing Pain. He was talking about how important the navel was, and I had been called to work with the navel for years, didn't understand why, didn't bother with it until I saw his video, and I was like, okay, this is yet another sign that I need to pay attention to this. And so then I very quickly fell in love with deep lymphatics, and so I do all of his protocols. And what I have found is just like a powerhouse pair is doing deep lymphatic techniques with acupressure. Same principles, opening up flow, allowing, for just like a smoother energy flow as well. And the acupressure primes the body to be able to receive deeper work. So it's just like been the most miraculous pairing for a lot of people, and they've seen incredible benefits. So,
Okay, so why would somebody come see you? Because lymphatic drainage isn't like somebody that's normally on the forefront of somebody's mind when it comes to health. And let's
yeah.
be real, it's not really something talked about when you go see the doctor.
Yeah.
So why would somebody want to come to you?
So I get a lot of people that if they've had like what is it called, like post COVID symptoms, people that just keep getting sick, those residual symptoms just keep showing up for them, people who have been exposed to black mold. These are all like very like medical based things where people could take this super expensive detox program, or we can get your natural detox system back online and working optimally. And so uh, that's how I like to present this work. Some people, when they think of lymphatic, they think of the Brazilian, where you're sculpting the body and like literally shoving and moving a bunch of fluid out of the body to pee out. We're supposed to pee out our inflammation. So I don't cater to people that are just going for like a 24 to 48 hour like looking fit, result of looking
Mm-hmm.
fit. I think the work is so powerful for people who are just in chronic pain, chronic inflammation, always getting sick, even people with autoimmune. You think it's a life sentence, it's not. So it will take much longer for the body to push that out, and it's just simply a lymphatic block. And so if we can get that block moving and everything in flow, get your body's natural detox working again, then like your body will be able to handle stressors and like different foods that you weren't able to eat before. Like it's all going to start healing properly. So it's just, yeah. So that's how I like to talk about it, because it's health. It's like it's not something that I think people, whenever they think about lymphatic, they go to the spa, right? So that's
Yeah,
the
they're
difference.
like just sweat it out and dry brush, problem solved.
Yeah, and
That's
that's the
it.
thing. It's like
And
it
it's
just
like,
hits the surface. Like dry brushing just gets the surface. Regular lymphatic drainage is great, especially for post-op. But it's just the surface. And what I do is much deeper and much more intentional. Yeah.
I agree. It was I was really intense. Let's see. Are there any like misconceptions that you just love to clear up about what you do, whether it be the lymphatic side or the body work side? Because, like I said, I know I've butchered the explanation,
So what do you mean? Like clear up
but
how? Like if someone
like, are there anybody that's like when you describe say body work where they're like, that sounds like a bunch of woo woo?
hmm, it's just
It's
people
like,
see
just
results.
try it.
Yeah, no, I get it. Especially with like acupressure. It's
Mhm.
acupressure is incredible. It can literally like you can go get like a deep tissue massage or regular massage and feel great, but it doesn't really last. With acupressure, you actually get lasting results. And it like I make sure that the client is like so connected to their bodies that they feel it for themselves. So I'm asking them, hey, are you feeling this melt? Hey, and they are like, yes, this is so weird, this is so crazy, I'm feeling things move, this is weird. Yeah, because it's your body. Like you should be feeling that like all the time. So I love that part of just like getting people to connect back to their body and just being more present with it, feeling it for themselves instead of checking out and going to the beach in their mind when they get a massage. So it's very intentional. And then also the deep lymphatic work, it's built on protocols. And I tell you what, from like the first session, I will have people, I just simply am brushing their collarbones and like working all that fascial stuff, like kind of that gummy buildup around the bone there, that needs to be
Okay.
open. And so I really work their collarbones in the first session. And some people will have a massive detox reaction just from that because everything is supposed to dump in here. And if this is all clogged up, then you're not getting oxygen to the brain, you're not getting nutrients to the brain, you're not getting blood flow to the brain. That's kind of a big deal. So I feel like it kind of speaks for itself. You know what I'm saying? Like it just
Yeah,
speaks for itself. And they don't, yeah, I think people are just so much more open-minded, especially to a holistic path now. Like something has changed within the past couple of years where people are like, okay, let's just get back to
fully
basics.
agree.
So
Fully agree.
yeah. Fluid flow, very basic and very powerful.
I never thought about it stopping circulation and nutrients and stuff getting to the brain.
Yeah.
Never once thought about
Yeah,
that. I'm
cranial
like,
nerves run down here. It's kind of, yeah, so then you shut those off and then functions start misfiring. So, yeah, signals. So,
I'll say, so what does the body typically feel like when it's holding on to emotion? Can you like, do you literally touch somebody in a certain spot and you go, ha,
uh,
you've got it here? Or is it like a process that
mhm,
you got to work through? Can you tell the difference strictly through touch if somebody's holding on to emotional baggage in a
mhm.
spot? Or like, can you tell a difference?
Yeah. So I do the full assessment. So I'm like literally pressing on areas. Hey, does this hurt? How much pain? How little? I have had people, no joke. I have literally went to touch sternum and a woman broke down crying, just sobbing. I would say there's some emotion held there. So heartbreak, heartache, um, feeling like needing to protect herself, just very protective. Um, I Anywhere that there is a lymphatic block, there is emotional stuff that needs to be worked through for sure. And it's hard to see it that way, but whenever it goes through something traumatic, whether you think about it being traumatic or not, the body feels it a little differently. It could feel more intense, right? So what it does is the fascia starts to wrap around and it's like, oh, I'm protecting this area, nope, we got to keep this safe, this is very very serious. And so what happens is whenever the fascia starts to tighten around an area and then there's like no fluid movement there because it's been kind of choked off. um yeah, so that becomes it's there's like a whole thing. Could go down a whole rabbit hole here, but
Hey, you
you
can go for it if
understand
you.
that water, kind of like homeopathy, water holds memory. What is your fluid? The lymphatic fluid, it's mainly water, even your blood. So whenever something traumatic happens, it keeps that memory. And it's like, oh, we need to hold on for dear life and
Is
remember this because next time I can't go through this again. I can't. So then it
is
stays
that
there.
why some people? I know it's along the same lines, but different part of the body. Is that why like when some girls go through a bad breakup and they cut their hair off really short and they have emotional releases after the hair is cut off? Is it like that kind of? maybe
I personally
things
have
out.
been in that. Have you been through that?
Yeah.
Okay. Some people do say it just makes them
And
feel
then my
better
hairstylist was
energetically.
like, "You're just far overdue for your post-divorce haircut." And I was just like,
Okay.
"I've
Yeah.
had my hair cut, just not this much." And she was like,
Yeah.
"It's all coming off."
Yeah. I mean, everything is energy, right? And so like
Yeah.
the stress that you went through, like, so whenever you're depleted in a mineral, that's why you can get a
Mhm.
hair test.
Right.
Because like if you're like super stressed and there's like a particular mineral that you're losing high amounts of, you'll be able to tell in a hair strand. So
Right.
you are carrying that with you. That is something that you went through with that person. So that makes sense. But yeah, I haven't heard that directly.
Yeah, and it was just, it wasn't like, medical professional or a health professional talking. It was
Yeah,
just my
yeah,
hairstylist. So I was like,
yeah.
makes
Could be something
sense.
to it, you know?
It makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do you suggest your clients support their bodies in between sessions? To for
Mm.
those that are really stuck in that fight or flight, freeze, fawn state, or just straight up shut down. Like,
Yeah.
what can they do to help get themselves from one intense release to the other to just get through, or is that just very based upon the person?
It could be. I do not see, here's the thing, we don't want to add any more stress than the body's already dealing with.
Hmm.
So what I do is I give very, very simple instructions. I don't give someone a list of things to do. I used to do that and it just overwhelmed people. So if we're working your lymphatic system and we're trying to optimize it, it's up to you to continue doing that at home. So just waking up, doing big six every morning. There's a video from Dr. Perry doing that. I'm about to post one myself on my own Instagram. It's just me doing it so clients can refer to it. Um, Keeping those flow pipes open because I mean, if it starts getting stagnant again, then we're holding on. And so then that again comes like the breath, right? Because
Hmm.
the breath is what moves the diaphragm, which then pumps the lymphatic system. And that is the only mechanism that your body has to move that fluid at all. So I'm not saying go off and take like, an intense breathing or what is it, a breathing workshop or whatever. That will add more stress to the body because it takes a healthy amount of stress to learn anything. So
Yeah.
let's get back to just breathing like a normal human being. Your exhale longer than your inhale, in for 4 seconds, out for 6 seconds. Keep it simple because you're already overwhelmed. And getting back to just breathing normally is going to take a lot of your focus and attention anyway. So breathing and big six.
Yeah. Yeah, on the breathing note, I tell my clients when they're learning to come out of that fight or flight, freeze fawn
Mm,
state, just make a simple practice of when you get into your car, you take 10 belly breaths.
mm,
When
that's
you get
good.
in your car, do that. Just calm down before you go on the road. It also helps with road rage. I personally know that. So,
Yeah. Oh, no kidding. Especially here
I
in
mean,
Nashville.
I was about to say Nashville. I don't even know what to think anymore about the roads. But anyway, so walk us through a first time session, because
Mm-hmm.
my first session, there was a lot of stuff going on and it was amazing.
Was it
But
overwhelming though? Was it?
no, well, I'm
Okay.
a nerd in that type of stuff. So I was like,
Yeah. Okay. Well, so the first session, if you so choose to add on the free assessment, 30-minute assessment, we do thermal imaging. So get pictures of a it's a thermography. I'm getting pictures of certain parts of like the body, like the abdomen, chest up to the head, legs, back of the legs. And so we're looking for certain colors, white being a big one because that's stuck lymphatics, and then dark red. Dark red is high inflammation. Let's see where your body is prioritizing healing because that's where the dark red is like, oh, we need to heal this area and like, let's gather here. So we look for that, and then I go and I do a full list of assessment points that I'm basically pushing on, and I'm saying, hey, is this light, medium, or painful? And so those two things paired together, seeing and feeling where that pain is, and congestion is going to give me, and hopefully you as well, a really good idea of where your body is holding, where your main block is. You might have more than one, and where we really need to put in the most work.
Do you see any like patterns in people, like, oh, I don't even know where I'm going with that question. But like certain traumas have certain inflammation connected to them. Do you see any patterns
I will
in that?
say that people with autoimmune, I don't even have to look at a thermography image. I know that they're going to have lymphatics stuck all the way up around their head, like in their brain. Um, because once it gets, that's all it is. It's just stuck lymphatics. And so Dr. Perry, even he was in really bad shape. And that's how he found deep lymphatics. Like he just started going down rabbit holes because the whole medical system was just like, you know, we can't help you. We don't know. He was just like ready to honestly end his life. And then he went down this whole rabbit hole of looking at deep lymphatics and how it actually works. And he was experiencing early onset dementia. And he was able to
Really?
actually reverse his early onset dementia, which is like unheard of because you just get worse and worse and worse. But he
Right.
was actually able to reverse it just from doing lymphatic work.
Wow. See, I don't know his story. I just know about Big Six.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
wow, I didn't know he had.
That's why he's very passionate in his videos when he's like, you know, even the ones you see on Instagram, he's like, I saved my own life doing this, like, you know, and I'm helping
Wow.
all kinds of people. That's why like I'm so passionate. I have mad respect for him because he's like a self-made person. So
I mean, truthfully, I'm at the point where I would rather trust somebody who's gone through it
mm,
themselves
right.
than all the fancy degrees.
Yeah.
I know that's like counter to what society
It,
tells you and, school, whatever tells you, but the degrees at the end of the day don't mean anything to me anymore. I just really don't.
well, you know, that's how it used to be. Before the education system came into play, it was like your experience, what you had been through, who you learned from. You know, there were masters and pupil, and like it was very much that way anyway. You know, just like what kind of, I guess, community you were a part of. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so
It
yeah,
makes sense.
yeah.
Oh, the world we live in. Anyway, what is your biggest piece of health advice that you give to anybody besides just book a session with me? Because we know that is a great piece of advice.
Well, I think I already shared that. Definitely big six and breathing, because if your breathing is off, everything else is off. Absolutely. Like you can't you can't hold your breath and expect for anything to be healing. And what are we all doing? We're walking around holding our breath, using our accessory muscles. Like we're just in fight mode and or protection mode. And so if you've got a lymphatic block, you've also got a circulation system block. Your blood is blocked too somewhere. So it's compromised, I should say. And so honestly, yeah, just like get your breathing right and do your big six. And that's not going to cure everything. It's not, I don't like using that word. It's not going to help everything, but it's going to get you in the right direction. And you're going to notice just like a better quality of life and that you think clearer. I notice that I'm going to speak for myself. I notice that I think clearer and I just feel more in the moment, which is very important for people. I think we've forgotten how special that is to just be very present.
We're so distracted and overly stimulated
Yeah.
in every aspect. Anyway, so if people want to book a session with you, website, socials, what do
Yes,
they need to know?
I'm working out of my office is inside of Mindstream Integrative Medicine in Berry Hill, which is just South Nashville. I have a booking link on my website, Bethany Ellars, RT for restorative therapies.com. And then I'm on Instagram. Do I know my handle? No. I think it's Bethany Ellars. Just look up Bethany Ellars. My last name is
Yes.
very rare. So yeah, you'll find me. Trust me, you'll find me.
Yeah, for sure.